From WXII 12 News, this is breaking news.
Breaking news at this hour, a bicyclist is hit and killed by a car in High Point.
On the right-hand side of your screen, a live look at South Main Street. Police are still out there trying to figure out exactly what went wrong at this hour. They are not releasing many additional details.
Traffic at this hour on South Main Street between Model Farm Road and Moore Avenue is now being rerouted, so you'll definitely want to avoid this area if you can.
And more breaking news from Raleigh. The State House just approved the state Senate's new voting district maps ahead of tomorrow's deadline. Now, the maps head back to court. A panel of judges declared our previous current maps unconstitutional because they favored Republican candidates. Now, the same judges will determine whether lawmakers have fixed the issues that the court found. Happening now, a student hit by a car near North Carolina A&T State University is in critical condition in the hospital.
Officers tell us that the driver ended up hitting Honor Grogan near East Market and Laurel Streets this morning just south of campus. Detectives say that she was walking outside of a crosswalk and into oncoming traffic. Grogan is a 21-year-old student from Raleigh. Tonight, High Point police are looking for the person who shot a teenager in the head. Detectives found 17-year-old Anthony Little left for dead in the middle of Brentwood Street last night. He died at the hospital. Detectives say that Little was in a car with at least two other people last night when another car pulled up beside them. They say everyone started arguing, then shooting. Police say that this was not random. We do know two other people in the car with Little were also shot. Detectives say that they left Little in the road and drove away. The other victims were found at two different locations, and both are expected to recover. Now, officers did arrest one of the other victims, Kasai Gladden. He was wanted on outstanding warrants.
It's been 8 months, if you can believe it, since the state of North Carolina was fully represented with Congress, every single district with one person in D.C. That is about to change in less than an hour. Republican Congressman-elect Dan Bishop and Greg Murphy are set to be sworn in on Capitol Hill just before 7 o'clock tonight. Both men won special elections just last week. Bishop will represent North Carolina's 9th congressional district. That seat has been vacant since January. The State Board of Elections threw out the results of the November midterm election because of absentee ballot fraud. Murphy will represent North Carolina's 3rd congressional district. He replaces Congressman Walter Jones, who passed away back in February. From Commitment 2019 to Commitment 2020 now, a Democrat hoping to win the White House is gaining support within the party. A new NBC News Wall Street Journal poll shows former Vice President Joe Biden still at the top of the pack. Behind him, Elizabeth Warren, followed by Bernie Sanders. According to this poll, Warren's advantage is enthusiasm. Pete Buttigieg and Kamala Harris round out the top 5. This poll found Harris's support dipped 8 percentage points between July and now. And speaking of Bernie Sanders, he has multiple campaign events in our state in just a couple of days. He's due to visit UNC Chapel Hill Thursday, then host a town hall at Bennett College on Friday.
High Point University leaders have big plans for the next 10 years, and today they are sharing their vision with everyone. Happening now, President Nito Cobain is talking about the university's 10-year growth plan. We're told it includes a major investment, new academic programs, and new facilities. Our Bill O'Neill is there tonight, and we'll bring you the very specifics about this plan as soon as we learn more details.
A company is expanding in High Point and as a result adding some new jobs. Fastenal's master distribution center for East Coast operations is in the city. The company purchased a big space on Premier Drive last year with plans to add about 35 new distribution jobs. But the building will also house the company's finance and IT departments. Fastenal provides companies with the tools and supplies workers need to make products and also maintain their current equipment.
A tropical storm formed in the Gulf of Mexico today and made landfall only a couple of hours later in Texas. Imelda could bring about 5 to 10 inches of rain southeast of Texas as it continues to move inland. Flash flood watches are in effect tonight for 6 million people. Hurricane Harvey caused devastating flooding to this same area back in 2017. Lainey, that isn't the only storm that we're watching in the tropics, right?
Yeah, it's very active. We've got Umberto, we have Imelda, and we also have Tropical Depression number 10. So let me run through those for you. Right now, you're seeing that out over our skies, we've got clear conditions. So we're going to continue to have pleasant weather here and fall-like air, but it is still the tropical season. So Umberto is our closest storm. It is a Category 2 storm, and it has strengthened a little bit since earlier today. 105-mile-per-hour winds, but it is moving away from the U.S. thanks to that front that's bringing us the fall air. It may become our next major hurricane, though, Wednesday night as it approaches and maybe passes just north of Bermuda and then out into the North Atlantic. As you mentioned there, Imelda is moving into Texas. So briefly there, tropical storm, and then making landfall, and that storm is going to move slowly. So yes, that is a problem. They could get an isolated 18 inches of rain in some spots. So they are bracing for flash flooding there across Texas. And tropical depression number 10, remember we showed you this area of showers and storms out over the Atlantic. So it is now a tropical depression. It's moving west northwest at 10 miles an hour. It has 35-mile-per-hour winds, and it is expected to become a hurricane. But in the out periods, a little farther down the road, day 4 and 5, a category 1 storm approaching the Leeward Islands and potentially impacting the Bahamas. Of course, we've got some time to continue to track this storm system. Very active month September usually is for tropical systems, and we've got some active weather here at home with some fall air on the way.
All right, thank you so much, Eleni. Be sure to download the free WXII 12 News mobile app for the very latest on all of the storms. You can get some updates from the National Weather Center, the Hurricane Center, plus the latest track on the forecast.
Well, tonight, faith leaders and local activists are remembering a Winston-Salem man who dedicated his life to pushing for change.
The Reverend Dr. Carlton Eversley has died at the age of 62. Steve King shares Eversley's main accomplishments and the mark that he made in the triad.
Well, Reverend Dr. Carlton Eversley's contributions are far-reaching and very evident throughout the Winston-Salem community. Eversley fought for many social issues as a local faith leader, including equity in both education and the criminal justice system. He not only used his platform as pastor at Delabrook Presbyterian Church in Winston-Salem to push for change, but he also pushed for change in his capacity as president in the Ministers' Conference of Winston-Salem and vicinity. He was instrumental in helping to exonerate Darrell Hunt, wrongly convicted of a murder in Winston-Salem in the 80s, and Eversley played a role in the formation of the Winston-Salem Police Department's Citizen Review Board. He was also involved in global issues, contributing in the effort to end apartheid in South Africa. Tonight, his fellow faith leaders and friends sharing their thoughts on how he'll be remembered.
He refused to quit. He was relentless in his pursuit of justice. And that's what we would miss the most about him. Dr. Eversley was that source of courage for all of us to stand, even when it was against extreme odds.
He talked very little of himself, but was much more concerned about the lives of other people.
Funeral arrangements for Reverend Eversley have not yet been announced. Steve King, WXII 12 News.
Thank you, Steve. Tonight, we know the names of the two men killed in a bad crash in Walkertown. Troopers say Brandon Turner was driving and Justin Miner was his passenger. They are both from Kernersville. Troopers say the men were involved in a head-on wreck on Reedsville Road last night. Another passenger and a driver of a second vehicle are still in critical condition in the hospital. School safety is expected to be a big topic at tonight's Greensboro City Council meeting.
That's because the Guilford County Board of Education wants to hire more Greensboro police to serve as school resource officers.
This would be for middle and high schools in the district right now. The price tag, a little more than $1 million. The Greensboro City Council is expected to vote on this matter at some point later tonight. The meeting is already underway.
And staying in Greensboro, leaders there want your input about the city's next police chief. The city launched an online survey and is planning several community meetings beginning next week. Now, the city manager says the feedback will help them to shape their search. Police Chief Wayne Scott is retiring January 31st, 2020. He's led the department since 2015.